Hi guys, and welcome to the Cultured Podcast. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Sasha.
How are you guys?
How are you guys doing? How are you guys finding everything so far, please?
We really need we're loving the feedback. We
Yes.
appreciate all the feedback that we're getting. Constructive criticism as well. It really does help us grow.
Exactly. We need to know what we're doing wrong and what we can do better.
Yeah.
So keep it coming. We should shortly have our logo.
Mm-hmm.
So we're coming like we're brand new.
We are. This is so exciting.
New number, who's this?
New number, who's
Literally. When you guys see this logo, it's gassed. Like, I'm gassed. I can't wait.
We've legit got a logo. So
Who are we?
We're starting to feel a bit
Who
more
are
real.
we? Who asked for this?
We've
We'll
got a
always
logo.
go back to who asked for this.
Ah.
Who asked for this? Steph, who asked for this?
Nobody, but now they've got it. They need it.
We have
You didn't know you needed us until we got here.
Exactly. It's true. It's true. It's been a rough week, man.
Girl.
Girl, I'm tired. I don't want to be tired no more.
I
want to be awake.
emotionally drained. This whole year has drained every single bit of emotion that I have in me out.
I've probably got about 12% left.
Girl,
And
I'm
that's
dead.
no, that's to last the rest of the. Like, these are my reserves. Like, this is my reserve. Like, my official tank
Literally.
is done. This is my reserve. 12% left.
I think collectively, Black people have been grieving this entire year.
Literally every single month.
Every single month, we have grieved.
And it
someone.
started with Kobe.
And it started with Kobe, and it's not ending.
And it ended with. Well, it's not ended so far.
I mean,
latest
touch wood.
tragedy.
It has ended, but
Okay, well, Black people die every day, so I doubt it.
But as you guys are all aware,
I'm not ready.
was it this week? Because it doesn't feel like it was this week.
It was last Saturday.
It was last weekend.
Mm.
Last weekend, we lost Chadwick Boseman, tragically and suddenly to us. Anyway. He died of colon cancer, if I'm correct. Girl.
I can't get over it. First of all, this hit me differently. I didn't know it would have hit me as bad. Like, and then every time I'm on Instagram and I see his picture, a part of me just...
Your heart sinks a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why did this happen? We get a Black superhero. The first in a very long time to do the numbers it did.
Mm-hmm.
It is the highest grossing Marvel superhero of all time, Black Panther, at like 1.3 bill. That's big deal.
Crazy numbers.
And we had him, and 2 years later, now we don't.
What are literally the odds?
What are the chances?
We got one Black superhero. One.
Who was successful.
And now we lost him. Amongst the numerous white superheroes that are out there, it had to be the Black
Iron Man, Thor. No disrespect to all of them, because
we
you know
love them,
we
yeah,
are like
we love
Marvel
them.
fans. Thor, Iron Man, Guardians of the Galaxy peeps. Like,
I mean, I don't wish death upon anyone, but
really
I'm
don't.
just saying, if it was another superhero, it would have been a bit more easier to get over because, okay, we lost 4, but hallelujah, we still got Iron Man and Hulk and the other 12 other superheroes out there.
exactly. And like, you know, it wasn't even the Falcon. Like, it wasn't even. We didn't even lose the Falcon.
We lost our Black Panther.
We lost a Black Panther.
And also, obviously Black Panther was great, but Chadwick Boseman as a person in himself, he was just amazing.
But why is it I didn't appreciate it until now?
No, but you never do.
No, but why do we do that,
Yeah.
Steph? Like, I was having this conversation. I was just like, I have gone through most of all of his movies, and I cannot believe how talented and amazing he was. I remember when 21 Bridges came out, and I was like, ain't nobody got time for 21 Bridges. Like, I'm not trying to hear my Black Panther being a cop. I don't have the time.
Yeah.
I want to watch it now. 42, you've got to watch 42. Don't watch it before you go into the office. So if you have to be in the office the next day,
don't watch it.
Give yourself a couple days.
Okay.
42 is really good, and then there's Marshall.
Marshall's really good.
I need to watch that.
Marshall's a really good movie.
I'm gutted. I'm so sad, and then I just think that man was going through so much.
Yep. While still giving us movie after movie after movie.
Do you understand? Someone had colon cancer and was still working, still trying to physically put yourself through the grueling pain that you'd have to go through to become a superhero anyway.
Yeah.
On the side, doing chemotherapy, which is just... Then you got the mental battle of trying to stay positive every single day, knowing that potentially you could die, because everyone thinks of cancer and you just automatically assume the worst.
Yeah.
You have to think of like... So yeah, there's the mental bit of trying to stay positive, but then you're worried. Then you have to take on everyone else's worry.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people didn't know, but you have to take on the people who did know is worried, and people who pity you. There's just
even like
so
putting on a brave face when you're walking down the red carpet and meeting fans and doing interviews.
Then he did so much with children in hospitals
Who had cancer.
You are looking at all of these people, which I guess in itself is a humbling experience, you know, even though you're going through the worst, to see a child go through horrible things.
Yeah.
But then losing, you know, people that you go and see. There's an interview, you see that interview where he's talking about how people were excited, or the kids were excited about Black Panther, and there was this one kid that was really excited and he passed away. Then to see that and knowing that you're going through the same thing, there's that fear. Then on top of all of that, you have to produce a movie that Black people are waiting for, that are counting on you for, and a movie that we need. So you have all of this pressure.
I mean, Black Panther is a fictional character, but then he's not a fictional character.
He's not a fictional character.
Black Panther was real to us, and I think that's why people that are grieving Chadwick, it's not just Black people. I know that a lot of white people grieving Chadwick, but I do think that we're grieving him in a different way, because even though Black Panther was not, it's a fictional character, it's made up, but it was more than just a superhero. It was so much more than that. Having that sort of representation on the big screens, it just meant, it meant like so much. Having him and then the entire cast, having strong Black women in playing strong Black roles. You know, like all the women in that film were strong Black women. And then having, Wakanda's not real, we all know that, but having Africa being represented.
Well, it did. Remember, it had elements of different tribes and different cultures within Africa incorporated into Wakanda. So yeah, Wakanda wasn't real, but it was.
It was based off Africa.
It was,
it was real.
Exactly.
And this whole portrayal of Africa has been going around for years. That, you know, we're bathing in the riverside and whatever not. It was nice to see something different for once. And it wasn't a movie about slavery. It was a movie that did well, that didn't involve Black people being whipped.
It wasn't about drugs. It wasn't about
police brutality.
It wasn't about... it wasn't anything to do negatively. It was about Wakanda being a fictional but real city, but also something that not many people had. No one knew what was going on behind Wakanda. Wakanda was powerful. It wasn't this struggling African nation that like what you said, like everyone thinks. It was it had vibranium that was powerful enough to change the world, and they kept it there. So people thought Wakanda was nothing, but really and truly, Wakanda was a shit.
I feel like Wakanda was based off what Africa should have sort of been like. Like, Africa has so much goods that the world needs. And some people don't even recognize that without Africa, your day-to-day life wouldn't even be the same.
Excuse me? It's like Black inventors. How many Black inventors do we have?
Countless.
Please.
Countless.
Please.
The mobile phones that you guys are all using would be nothing without the substance that comes from Africa.
The heating.
The heat, the food, everything.
Traffic lights.
Oil.
Traffic lights. Where are you going? Where are you driving to? You'll all be dead. Where are you going? It's just ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Like, Wakanda was representative of, like you said, how Africa should be. Because if we had kept, if we wasn't, I'm not going to get angry. But if we wasn't captured and sold into slavery and had to use our physical attributes and our mental attributes to accommodate the white man, Africa would just be a city
It would be thriving.
It would be Wakanda.
It would be
Vibranium. What would that be?
It would be thriving.
That would be nothing compared to what we had.
I didn't even, and then I think.
I'm so sick of it.
Sorry,
I'm just so angry.
You can't have your outbursts on our podcast. What's wrong with you?
This is me. You guys haven't seen this part, but I can't cope sometimes. I'm sick of it.
Obviously, slavery played a massive part, and then colonization came along and literally put that last nail in the coffin in terms of Africa thriving, because when that happened, that really did the shift that Africa did from being what should be one of the wealthiest countries in the world to now being one of the poorest. Yeah. It's based off colonization a lot.
Bible.
And that's why I think what the whole representation in Wakanda, having representation in media is so important. And I think going off Black Panther, if we look at other movies, so I am personally Stephanie, I am refusing to watch another slave movie.
Oh, absolutely not.
I'm tired. I don't want to see anymore. We know what happened. We don't need anymore. We don't need.
We weren't there, but our ancestors was.
I feel like I was. See some goddamn movies. I know. I can tell you what happened day to day, back to back. I don't need any more slave.
We were cotton picking. Yes, we got captured. Yes, we got sold. We know.
How many movies
we got beaten.
Holocaust? How many Holocaust movies you know about? How many Holocaust movies you know about? I can name about 2. And that's really all you need to get the basic. To get the basic of what happened.
Well, you got to remember, it's also in history as well, because they touch upon the Holocaust in history. They touch upon the slavery in history every October. So
every October. And the thing is,
I watched Roots. Do you remember when we watched Roots?
Whoa.
How many times?
I think every year. Talk about 10. I mean, how many times do we need to watch Roots?
Don't test me on Kizzy. I'll tell you that much for free. Oh my
God. I just think it's so dangerous to keep having the same sort of...
That's all we've been conditioned to see is just black people had hardships and all we are good for is picking cotton and getting beaten and raped and by our masters. That's all I associated with Africa. Sorry, that is literally what it was.
It's true. But how? Of course, that's all you would associate.
Because that's all I saw.
That's all you were shown.
I saw Martin Luther King a couple times, and that was like, And I never really saw Malcolm X.
You wouldn't there as well.
Yeah, I never really saw Malcolm X. Knew about him, but there wasn't. It was more of a push for MLK, wasn't it?
Yeah, because MLK was turned the other cheek and don't fight back.
Don't do that. But then Malcolm X, whose grandparents were from Grenada, I'd just like to something.
Information is not necessary.
It is necessary. It is necessary. Someone was from Grenada in Malcolm X's life. I'm just saying. Oh my God. Anyway, he was about don't start none, won't be none, and we're about to take it. Yeah. So that's that we never saw stuff like that. But then, going back to positive representation, Hidden Figures is one. Yep. Which is really positive. And biopics. So I told you I saw 42. That was about Jackie Robinson. Anyway, so biopics I think is a good positive representation. But other than that, we have nothing.
Well, I think we're starting. We're getting there slowly but surely. We're getting there slowly and surely. But it's not even just about movies and stuff. It's about like advertising and all this. I mean, did you hear about the hoo-ha with Argos? I think Argos...
What they done? Argos needs to not be making
Argos
any problems.
Didn't do nothing wrong.
Oh, okay.
Argos basically have a new advert. I haven't seen it. I'm assuming it's just a normal Argos advert. But the family in the advert are black. Or everybody in the advert is black.
Here we go.
Here we go. They have been getting complaints saying this is not a fair representation of...
for the past 4 40 years of
How
the
many
white
adverts
family.
have we sat through where it's been white family after white family? How many
With their
Argos
dog?
magazines have we
No disrespect to
flipped
dogs,
through?
but it is a
There's
white
always a
family
dog.
with a dog.
There's always a dog. How many Argos magazines have we flipped through when we were looking at our toys? And there was a little white girl playing with the toys.
Yeah.
And did we complain?
No.
No.
It didn't help that when you said that you wanted that to your mum. She was like, no.
Oh, absolutely not.
No.
But did we complain? No. We get. I'm tearing down the whole studio because I'm angry right now. we get.
See, I just have my outbursts. You're out here causing destruction.
I'm getting
We have to
really
pay for
angry.
this shit.
I'm getting really, really angry because we got one family. One.
And then look at
One.
that.
They're like, this is racist. This is not a fair representation of Britain. Are you insane?
Oh, there's no black families in Britain then? Clearly not.
What?
Don't. I'm already triggered. This is the thing. I think I'm extra triggered because of everything that's happened this week. I am angry. I am sad. I'm grieving and have just had enough. Like, I'm tired.
Oh my goodness.
But what I did see as well, Chadwick Boseman turned down, I think it was a slavery movie.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yep. And there was a woman as well. Oh, I can't remember her name.
I don't know. I just feel really sad.
Well, I mean, I don't think we should let the franchise of Black Panther die.
What do you mean? We can't.
Yeah.
But this is all we got.
I don't
And
know
this
what
is
their next steps
scared
are
of.
going to be.
I'm
But
scared. I'm scared that maybe as an outrage, Disney is like, oh my God, they're not going to watch the next Black Panther. We need to cut it. We need it. Like, we need Black Panther.
Well, everyone's suggesting that maybe Shuri should take over.
I have two views about it. I get it. It'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
But Black Panther is just naturally a man.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, I'm not really trying to see anyone else as Black Panther.
But then that means we'd have...
It would be a disservice.
Then they would have to cut it because then...
I mean, they would have to really, really think about the casting, and we're going to hate them either way. So they'd have to
I don't think they should bring anyone else in. I think it's a good idea to make Shuri the next Black Panther.
Yeah, but Shuri isn't Chadwick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but nobody's Chadwick. But she's the closest. She was the sister. She's also the smartest woman in the Marvel universe.
Maybe. I don't know. I still don't know how I feel. I know that I want Black Panther.
You just don't know how you want it.
I don't know how I want it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's brave, and he's brave for not telling anyone.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people, though, are quite upset that he didn't tell anyone. I think
he
even though
told
they're
who needed
grieving...
to know.
I don't think so.
What do you mean?
I think, well, he did, but then also... Yeah, so he told people who needed to know, as in, like...
Family.
His family. I think people were grieving, but then also Disney is probably like, you could let me know.
No, it's not your business.
It's none of their business, but they're probably thinking, that would have been nice.
Like, and I know it's something so small, and there are plenty of other black actors, but something as small as him disclosing to Disney that I have cancer could have changed the whole game.
Whole plot.
We might not have got Black Panther. We might have got someone who wasn't as small who didn't have like the connection. We
would have got Black Panther already,
but it wouldn't have been Chadwick.
It would have been. It would have been
because
he was on Civil. Yeah, he's got Civil War.
Yeah,
it would have been, but I think maybe they wouldn't have killed Killmonger, for example.
Okay.
They may have switched that story around, so maybe Michael B. Jordan
is alive at some
point. Is alive and maybe became good.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how, just if the worst happened,
Black Panther became...
I don't even know where to go from here. It's been a rough week.
It's been a rough week.
But what I will say, it is super, super powerful that in his short time, he gave so many children hope. That's what it was. And that's what Black Panther wasn't just a movie. We were excited because it was hope, it was pride, it was positivity, it was something that we could look forward to, and it represented just so much good.
So much. It's so
for little boys and girls
as well. I was just about to say that it's so important for black children to see themselves in spaces that they don't usually see themselves. So children have been fans of Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You like what you like, but to now see this superhero who looks like you, that's why I'm a big advocate, because I always say you need to surround your children. You need to put your children in spaces where there are people like them. Stop sending them to private schools because, they're the best schools. They're going to go there and be the only black child. And mentally, that is not...
It's great for education-wise, but mentally...
It's not good. I don't think it's good for them to be the only black person in spaces.
We had 2 in my class of primary school.
I just don't feel
Me and some other black girl.
But you don't notice at the time. You didn't notice the damage it was doing to you until you got older.
In year 6, because... those were the times, like, before year 6, I used to just come home and be like, I hate rice and fucking chicken. I don't want rice and chicken. I want beans on toast. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want chicken dippers. Like, until I realised. Like, I used to be so angry. I wanted to go on a sleepover with the rest of my friends. Everyone was allowed to go on sleepover. My mum would be like, sleepover where? Sleepover what? For where? No. No, I wasn't allowed sleepovers, but it was all those things, like, conditionally, I guess, going through primary school, just wanting to have straight hair and not liking my hair in cane rows. And it was only until year 6 where I think I spoke with my other black friend and we were just talking about, like, you know, like
black experiences.
You
had someone to share
and it was like, wait, you go through this too? Why you been so quiet? And then it was like, now, and then obviously when I went to secondary school, well, all black everything. Yeah. That was the first time I actually realised I had different hair type. I didn't know that before.
Wow.
I didn't know that before. So when I went into year 7, everyone used to be like, oh, your hair, like, is that your real hair? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Oh, you're coolie. What's that? Hadn't heard of it before.
Yeah. That's
didn't know
mad.
Until I was in year 7.
That's
around
crazy.
a black environment.
Oh, I'm so on it, especially with my daughter. I'm so on it. Like, she spent a year in school, which was good. It was a good school, but for me, wasn't enough diversity. I'm moving her.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
I had to move her, and it was one of the biggest reasons for me moving her was because of the lack of diversity in that school. She went swimming. I requested. They had different swim tutors. I'm sure they were all as equally as qualified as each other. I requested a black one. I feel like it's important for my daughter to see someone that looks like her, especially there's not a lot of black lifeguards, because there's this stereotype that black people either can't swim or don't like being in the water or don't want to get their hair wet.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm all three. I can't swim, I don't like being in the water, and I don't want to get my hair wet. I'm not gonna lie to you. But not every black person is like that.
And that stereotype has somehow overshadowed the whole black community.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that black lifeguard, I was like, I want that one.
Yeah.
Give me that one over there. I want that one. When me and Sasha has a niece and my daughter are best friends. They used to go to a ballet school in Beckenham. Only 2 black girls in the class.
And let me tell you, we did the most.
We did that absolute most.
We would dress them in black leotards where everyone else was in pink.
We really tried to make a statement. But eventually we realised I don't think it's healthy for them to be in an environment where they're the only 2 black girls.
They had to go. So
we moved them to a more diverse one. And once again, there was nothing wrong with that ballet school. They learned a lot there. But just that one factor alone, it's damaging. And it's not something that I want to put my daughter through. There's also the whole controversy around the Coco Girl magazine. So Coco Girl...
What? There's controversy around it?
You know, okay.
I can't wait for my niece to get her new one.
Coco Girl magazine is basically a magazine that was created by a mother and a daughter during lockdown. The mum came out and said that when lockdown happened, she was finding new things to sort of keep her daughter entertained while she was at home. So they went to the shops to pick up magazines, and she realised all these magazines don't have any black girls in it.
I can't tell you what magazine I've seen in stores that have a black girl on the face.
None. That's how many. None.
On the face, on the cover. Am I right?
So they created their own, which I think they did really quickly, but they created their own. It's called Coco Girl magazine. So BBC did a little news thing on them, like just saying, like, look at this mum and daughter duo, look what they've produced. Outrage, obviously. Oh, it's so racist that it's called Coco Girl magazine. Imagine we had a magazine called White Girl magazine. Basically,
Cosmopolitan, Glamour, Hello magazine, OK magazine.
And that's the adult ones. All the kids magazine.
Teen Vogue.
The CBeebies one, as young
Nick
as
Jr.
CBeebies one, all have either a white girl or boy at the front. Flick through the magazine, it's all white children in it. What are you talking about? It might not be called White Girl Magazine, but that's what it is. And once again, did we complain? No. I used to love their magazines when I was younger.
Are you kidding me?
I asked my mum for pocket money every day to go get magazines. I didn't complain, even though I was going to flick through them pages and not see not one black girl.
I didn't complain, even though he had the bloody toy that broke after 25 seconds. I was happy with it.
For 25 seconds, I loved that.
That was the best time of my life.
Best 25 seconds of my life with that toy. And
we didn't complain.
All this, and people don't realize how damaged it is, because it's even the little stuff, because people be like, but it's just a magazine. What does it matter what color the children are? But when you're flicking through it, I remember there used to be like sections on like how to braid your hair, and it'd be like these styles that I couldn't do in my afro hair, and you just looking at it like, damn, I wish I could do this in my hair. So it makes a change to have Coco Girl, which has how stuff you can do with your hair, back to school hairstyles, and it's black hair, cane rows, braids, and like it. What's the issue? Nobody, if you're a white girl and you buy it, no one's gonna hold a gun to your head and say put it back on the shelf. If you want to buy it, buy it.
Buy it.
Like, I don't understand. Sometimes British people are you just angry all the time?
Yes.
Like about everything.
Exactly. I don't know. What's the problem? That's exactly what it is. You hit the nail on the head.
How can you live your life like just being angry at everything? They were like, and then obviously people were saying, well, if she wanted more diversity, why didn't she create a magazine that was more diverse instead of going all the way black? It's not her job. No. Why haven't all the other magazines created? Exactly. Why are we looking to her to do it?
Why do we have to get to like page 18 for us to have one mixed race child on the cover or in the book? It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
No, it's not happening.
And once again, that is why representation
is so important.
It's so important, especially with our children. We have to learn from our mistakes. I mean, not that my mum was putting me in these situations on purpose, but I guess she didn't know no better.
So
and now that we are aware of this stuff, there is absolutely no way I'm going to allow my daughter to go through the same things that I went through. Of course not.
Daughter, son,
daughter.
Just, we need to, like you said, you need to surround them with positive images. And, you know, going back to positive movie images, that's what we need more of. We need people to stop saying, we need people to be a bit more like Chadwick. Stop saying yes to these negative roles that paint us as inadequate humans. Let's start saying yes to positive roles, powerful roles.
The Madam CJ Walker one was really, really
exactly
good. Really good.
Do stuff like that so you can, because even a child seeing that, maybe like a 16-year-old, 15-year-old, it's inspiring. It's inspiring. It's educational. You know. Yeah.
We just want to round off our podcast with our Black Twitter segment, which is basically things that are being talked about on Black Twitter. And I was scrolling through my timeline today, and there was a video of a guy. I don't know his name. Don't care. He had
white boy number 3.
He had assaulted numerous people and had murdered 3 people. The police came to arrest him, as they should. But this guy decides he's going to run out naked. What do you think the police did?
I think they tasered him. They tried to stop him. They handcuffed him. They shot him a couple times. And then if he's still alive after that,
dragged him to the car.
They dragged him to the car.
No, they ran.
They what?
They ran away from him like they were playing a game of kiss chase. When you watch the video, it's actually quite comical. It's funny when you look at it, and then you sit back and you think,
you deep.
Black people are dying for less. This is actually not funny. If anybody needs to be shot, it was him. He had just murdered 3 people. One of them, could be wrong, might have been a child. He runs at you naked, and you don't feel like your life is in danger.
Oh, well, let me tell you, was the people that he the people he murdered, were they white or
they were white?
Black?
They were white. They were white. So this white man murdered other white people, and you still don't want to shoot him, but a black person walks away from you.
Didn't get their cardio in that morning. You kidding me? So, so you mean to tell me, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin,
girl, name them.
Eric Garner, George Floyd, and the countless other American and British black people who have died
in police custody
for doing less than that. They become like, well, they get 6 feet under.
I'm baffled. Because the police officer literally had a big old rifle,
of course,
and pepper spray in one hand. You're not going to use any of these?
Well, hello. So we've got that example. We've got the 17-year-old who went around killing everyone after Jacob Blake's situation.
Yeah.
And it comes down to, what more do you have to be shown for you to actually realise that there is some sort of complete difference?
Yep.
Whatever. We move. So
our black business for the week is Coco.
We mentioned this earlier.
Yeah, Coco Girl, which is the UK's first black girls magazine. They do also have Coco Boy for your sons. We both have bought this magazine. Sasha bought it for her niece. I bought it for my daughter.
Yep. It's £25 for the year.
For the year, or $3.99 for each
month.
For each issue. When I tell you that this magazine is amazing, it's got so many activities designed for little brown girls and boys. It's got recipes, Afro-Caribbean recipes, tips for your hair, for black hair, toys, featuring all-inclusive toys, dark-skinned Barbies, albino Barbies, vitiligo Barbies. It's just, this magazine is so long overdue.
It's so good. Didn't you make a hair cream with the latest issue?
Yeah, so the last issue I had a, it was a little girl. She had come up with her own recipe for her hair cream, and she put the ingredients in the magazine, and it was, me and my daughter made it together. We made our own magazine, and she was so excited. So I thought I was going to have to force her to be excited about it, but she really enjoyed making it. And even now, every morning she's like, I'm going to go get my hair cream.
Yes, girl.
She's just so excited about it. And even though she loves her other magazines, I can really tell the difference in the excitement she has for this magazine to her
because she can identify with this magazine much better.
If you are interested, they are on Instagram as Coco Girl Mag. They also have a website, www.cocogirl.com. If you do get a subscription, you'll get your copy every
first of the month.
But
I think because of COVID, it takes a while for it to come. So they're saying allow 7 to 10 days for it to be delivered.
Well, it's not a long wait, and
it's worth the wait.
There are so many activities in it that can keep you going for the month until you get your next copy. So it's definitely worth a buy. Definitely check them out. Okay, well, this has been the Cultured Podcast. I'm Sasha. And I'm Stephanie. And thank you for listening. I'll see you soon. Bye.